Okay, hello and welcome. How are you doing? Next I am planning to show you information that here I have automatic gearbox oil sump, and there is oil moving, and then when we look in that area there is this basement, and there are interesting things that this part is here is this oil dry bolt, what is in that location in here, and then there is three magnets what collect metallic particles, this one, that one and that one. And now I can see that there is some dirties in there, and when I use my there is full of metallic dirties, and this is magnet, look. And in that purpose we can check that how much we have bad particles in our gearbox, and in here I can see that there is full of metallic things, and that means that my gearbox, it has been worn out, but it is not critical because this my gearbox, there is mileage about 300,000 miles, and that's I take this cotton cloth, this yellow, and I clean next this my oil sump totally, and then I can install it back. Okay, that kind of information, but please check your car's metallic magnets. There are like that one, very interesting, and they move in there, and please insert this in that position. Okay, good, and then we continue. And thank you for watching that info video. Okay, and then when I have this oil sump in here, it is important to note that there are three magnets in here. 1, 2, 3, and based on these we can see that how much there is metallic worn out particles in here, that what is our gearbox situation, because if this is full of metal, then we can think that these metals, these parts, they have came from our gearbox gears, and there I can see a little bit metallic, and this is bad, a little bit bad signal, but of course it is not so critical because this gearbox mileage, this driving amount is about 300,000 miles, and that is normal. But next it is important that I take clean cotton cloth and I clean all of these metallic magnets what are in here in that way, and I clean all of this, and then I insert this in weight in here, and then I take next one. And it is important, if we have any slippery in our car, that when we clean these, then these magnets, they collect more these metallic particles, and our automatic transmission works better if there is anything slippery. Okay, now they are quite clean, and then I need to clean totally also this area, that I clean that, and next I take a little bit more cotton cloth. Okay, and now I continue my cleaning, and there is this my cotton cloth. And now there is idea that I need to clean all of these things very carefully, and then I take again fresh area, and also in that area in here, this is our drying out bolt, and I clean that, and then I clean these gasket sides, and in this area also. And then remember that when we are planning to insert that automatic oil drying bolt back, there is this gasket in that way. Please purchase new gasket in Toyota dealership center, and it fits in there right away. And then there is also possibility that if you have high quality this sealant glue, we can use also that, but it is not so good than this new gasket. Okay, but now I have cleaned that, and then remember to insert these magnets back. One in there, and second in there. Okay, good. That way. And then third one in that area. Good. Now we have those magnets in there. Good. Okay, and then no any trash or no any sand in here, and this area is ready. Then I only check that. Okay, this looks good. Excellent. And then we go to look this our gearbox inside area. Okay, and now when oils they have mostly dried out, then I can open also these final screws in here, in that area, and then be carefully when I take that all oils out. There is little bit oil in that area, and carefully move that in that position, and then oils drop to canister. But next I plan to take this all final bolts out, and then this automatic gearbox oil sump is free, and only a couple of bolts, and then this you can see. Okay, now there came more suddenly this oil, and be carefully, because it is not nice to get oil against our head. Okay, still. Okay. And look, this is good position where I inserted that my this is target area. But now this oil sump is open, but this area is bigger. Okay, now, and it's bigger, and now we can see also in the inside. Nice, and this is good view. And then only final couple of screws away, and then this oil sump is free, and there is my tool. And remember, do not lose these bolts, because they are specific Toyota's bolts, and if you lost these bolts, please go to visit nearest Toyota dealership center, and they will give similar high quality bolts, because this is not a standard bolt, specific gearbox oil sump bolt. And if we use anything other bolts, there is risk of this oil leak. Okay, and soon I believe that there is only couple of these bolts left, and then I can take this. I think that maybe this could be like last one, and then I can take this oil sump actually quite nicely away. And again, there is this oil sump. It looks like that. Okay, now this is fine. And then we can right away go to look that what this looks like. and there is this old oil filter in here, and there are those solenoids in there. And soon we continue. Okay, and then when we look in here this automatic gearbox inside area, we can see first solenoid in here. Its position is, let's go to look closer. This is solenoid in here, in that one. And then when we look in more, can we see more? Yes, there is second solenoid in this position. In here, two solenoids, and can we see even maybe more? In that position we can see only two solenoids. Second is in there, and next one is in there. One and two solenoids. And there is this air, this oil filter, and next I need to take these bolts out, and let's look that what this filter looks like. And before of that I need to take this cable out, and soon we continue. Okay, and now when I am planning to take this filter out, note there is more electric cable what goes in there, and there is small clip in here, and I need to take this cable in that way out, and then I need to open this 10 millimeter these bolts in here, and first one is in here in that way, and then there's next one is in here. I take that out, and one is in here. Okay, and then note, there's oil, still oil coming. Be carefully, again oil is draining. And please drain all of these oils in this canister. Just like how I have made. Okay, and then let's continue. Interesting that there is oil. Now I take this first bolt out, and it's look. Okay, look, and this is quite long bolt. First one, and then here's second. But before of that, I think that I open this side. There's okay, and there's also long 10 millimeter bolt. And this was actually longer. Look. That one, this is a little bit longer. This one comes in here, and then what is little bit longer comes in here. Note that these bolts are different length, and this longer comes in here. And what about then this final bolt? What is this one's length? Let's look. And then keep also your hand in here, because now this filter is almost free. Okay, now it's there. Okay, yes, I managed to keep that. And there is still oil. Look, oil in inside. Okay, oil is dropping out. And now I insert this my filter in that position, and filter is in there, and then we can look in there, and look, there is Aisin. Aisin is the maker of this gearbox. Okay, and then we go to look this my filter closer. Okay, and there is my filter, and there is this oil sump, And now I move that little bit away. And there was this final hole. What length is something like that? Note. And it should be, yes, they are same length 2 in here, and this longer comes in here. Okay, cool. Okay, now I think that we can look in there inside, and let's look that I take my cotton cloth, and this is full of black dirt, as we can see. And now I think that there is possibility that we can reuse this filter, so that we only insert in little bit something liquid, what makes this like cooled, because if we can see that there is those filter element, and we can see through of that like in that way, and if we could take this all, we can clean that totally. And let's look, I take next my liquid thinner, and soon we continue. Okay, and here I have now this thinner. This is dangerous liquid, and there is my this oil canister tank, and I insert that this is my old filter, and now I think that there is this filter element, and if I insert this my thinner in here, and if this goes through, I think that yes, it goes through. I think that I can reuse that my filter, because if this works fine, there is no any issues. I only clean that, and I think that maybe those, and if I insert that my thinner, it is like gasoline benzene, and if I insert my thinner in here in that way, maybe all dirties come out in here. I have that kind of plan. Let's look that how this my plan works. That is coming, and now I check that what is there coming, and soon we can see those results. And then I insert more this my thinner in here. Thinner. And there's my, actually this is my thinner canister, and I insert a little bit. And now and please do that outside, because this thinner is very harmful stuff. And next we look in what kind of things we have in there. Okay, and then I check that what we have got when I have cleaned that my this filter. And let's look again that can I get anything more. And what is their situation. And then I take this filter out, and maybe when we look in here inside, we can see that what kind of, is there anything stuff in there. Maybe there is some dirties in there, and now I believe that this filter is fine and I can install it back. But before of this installation, I need to clean that totally with clean paper, because it is not good that anything thinner goes in this automatic gearbox, and that's I clean this stuff in that way. And then if we have compressed air, it could that we clean that more through that way, and now I insert my filter in there. And there is this compressed air. And in that way. And it makes it cleaner. Okay, good. Now I believe that this my filter is clean, and then I can do same thing that I clean also that oil sump, because it's not good. And then when I have cleaned both of these, we can continue. Okay, and now when I am planning to install that oil sump back, I recommend always to purchase new this original gasket, what is in that area, this tin, this material, what I am now moving. But now I am planning to use, if you think that you have high quality gasket glue, like I have this Sikasil gasket, brand is Sika, it comes from Europe, Switzerland, it's like quality like Swiss chocolate. If you have ever tasted sweet chocolates, Toblerone, it is nice chocolates, good quality. And this is similar quality car gasket glue, and I am planning to install that red silicone in these areas. But before of that, I need to little bit sandpaper that area, and I have in here a sandpaper, and I little bit do this thing harder in that way. This is like not best sandpaper, but better than nothing. And now I little bit sand this, and this purpose is that when I sandpaper this little bit better, then this glue takes better contact. And now look in here. This is, we can look that closer. So what is there happening? There is this thing like in here, and now this is shiny. But when I use this my sand disc, you can see that there are those scratches, and these scratches, they are important. Then we have better friction, and in here I scratch this carefully. That way. Now there's more scratches, and now I think that this is even better. And then the final step is that because in gearbox and oil areas every dirt particles is back, we need this compressed air. And here is my compressed air, and then carefully I throw away all of these things in here. Good. Now it's clean, and then I take this my gasket glue. Please use Sikasil gasket or something else, high quality gasket glue what is made in England or then in USA, and they are good quality. And then there is my tool, and when I press that in here, this glue start to come in. Okay, and actually it came in there, and I insert, and then I insert this my glue in all areas in here, in that way. And all areas same amount of this stuff. It is important. And in here And then when I have pressed that way, good. Now it's fine. I take the final step is my finger, and with that finger I insert same amount of this gasket glue in all areas. This is critical. That all areas there must be this gasket glue that way, and if there is too much, it's good to take away, because too much gasket glue is not cool. Okay, now I think that this is quite fine, quite nicely. Maybe in here we have too much this stuff. Okay, I'll take this away, because this is not good that this gasket glue is inside in here, because it can make those gearbox issues, and that's take all extra these glues away in here inside area. Okay, good, and magnets are there, and then we can go to install that back in this our gearbox area. And please take some screws, these bolts with you, that we can install that, and let's go to do that next. Okay, and there is this area, and here came this oil sump, and then I need to only remember that in what position did this came, and I check that where are those bolts, and maybe there is this sign in here, and in that sign there is also this cut. Okay, and then it's like Toyota way, and then I install that in this way, and oil dry bolt is in there, and then in carefully, and I have bolt in here, and I insert first bolt in here. Now it goes in there good, and then I start to rotate, and then I check that how these bolts are going good, and then I start to rotate these bolts in there, and this part is critical, that bolts are taking contact. Okay, I take my socket, and in that part we have to be careful that if we move that oil sump too many times, we destroy our gasket glue. And now when I rotate these bolts, remember that only little bit rotation, not too much, because this is like only setting purpose. And then next bolt in there, and these bolts goes nicely, and then I install all of these small bolts in here, and that way. Okay, that is next one. And then remember that there is not, these bolts, they are not very tight in there. This top reference amount is quite small, only like 20. It is very weak. in there. And remember also this side, that side in here. That way. Next bolt. Okay, good. Then next bolt. Here. Okay, and then when I have pre-tightened all of these bolts, then we can continue quite soon. And I insert all of these bolts and then we continue. I take my torque reference. Okay, soon we continue. Okay, and then when I fasten these bolts, there is not much force. There is torque reference and only 20 Newton meters is this force. It is not much. 20 Newton meters. And all bolts must be in that amount. Next I a little bit move that here that we can see that what I am doing. I insert that in here. And then when we got here, when we hear click, okay, now okay, no any, right, there is no any click again. Okay, now it clicks. 20. Okay, and 20 Newton meters. Okay, and all bolts. We need to hear this click sound. And then when I have checked all of this through, we can continue.